Texas also burdened by trying to secure its border and house thousands of illegals. And the Lieutenant Governor of Texas is David Dewhurst, my guest now. And, sir, welcome back here to America's
Thank you, Bill.
Newsroom. What do you think
Pleasure.
about what John McCain just said there?
He is right on. He's right on. What is Harry Reid thinking? What is he doing? They're not interested in listening to the states that are suffering the problem. We're the gateway in Texas, and if it can happen in Texas, it can happen everywhere in the country, and that's why Texas is acting, and Congress needs to move today, Bill. They need to pass a border security bill.
We'll see if that happens, but you first have news on a stretch of the border between Texas and Mexico, near the Rio Grande. It's about a 60-mile stretch. What has happened there?
As a result of our surge with our state police bill over the last 5 weeks, we've been able to shut down and reduce illegal immigration in this very, very active sector, the Rio Grande Valley, by some 50%. Now, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot more miles to cover. We've got 1,200 miles of the 2,000-mile border between Mexico and the United States. But we're determined. We're acting in Texas. We're spending some $17, $18 million a month in surging 1,000 members of our state police, and we just activated a week and a half ago, as
just
you know.
To be clear, though, the border's 1,200 miles between Texas and Mexico, and the area you're talking about, which has been trafficked heavily, covers 60 miles of that. And you believe 50% has been knocked down in the last 2 weeks, is my guess, since you deployed? Okay, here's what your governor said, Rick Perry. While Texas has taken what steps it can to mitigate the damage caused by a porous border, Congress and the President have a duty to address our border security issues without further delay. Congress should not go into recess until the job is completed. So then, what does Texas want? Do you want border security first, or can you understand the concern by many that the price tag is too big and they're worried about greater amnesty being granted for millions of illegals already here? What is your view on that, sir?
Well, Bill, what I said to you 2 weeks ago is the same thing. We need a bill passed by Congress today. Today. For heaven's sakes, Texas is acting. We need Congress to act today and pass a bill that plugs the loophole in the 2008 law. The Cornyn-Cuellar Amendment will do that. And then we need to stop the amnesty. Stop the amnesty by President Obama in the 2012 executive order. And then the states need some reimbursal of funds, and we need some funds, and so that we can have an orderly process to deport the people that are coming into the United States illegally.
All right, one more point here, and you know what the White House is saying. The threat of executive action could come in August. What do you think?
It very well could, and every time this president acts and with an executive order, it's contrary, I believe, to our constitutional rights, and it's contrary to U.S. law.
Dan Pfeiffer tweeted, "This is why the president, quote, must act on his own to solve problems," end quote. We'll see whether or not that's the case come August. David Dewhurst.
It is.
Thank you for your time, Lieutenant Governor there in Texas. And